Oh man, what a day. Second day of winter, 54 degrees, sunny, means I'm out riding. Finally, took forever. If anybody else rides, they know a couple weeks off the bike, it's murder. But I had to get a new rectifier regulator because it wasn't regulating anymore. It was getting 19 volts, so that's never good. And then I had to get a new battery because the regulator fried mine. Well, in case you guys don't know, my name is Renegade. This is my 1993 Yamaha XJ600S or Seca II. Now the Seca II was the sport touring bike of that era. Its bigger brother was the FZR series, the Phaser. That was a strictly sport bike. While the Phaser was liquid cooled, this is air cooled. That's why it's only got half fairings. I bought this bike for $400 midway through the summer. Had to fix it up. It was in non-running condition when I got it. And custom paint job. A few other things. When I got this bike, it was teal. Very 90s, but the teal was not pretty. I can't rock a teal bike. It's just not my style. And painted it up, went black and red. If you've watched my other videos, I've mentioned big fan of black and red. So, custom paint job. Painted the engine a little bit. Had to track down the belly pan off of eBay. Had to fix it up a little bit. This bike has the Yoshimura R&D exhaust on it. Now I could be wrong, but I was told that that was a stock option or performance option that you could get from the dealership when you bought the bike. I could be misinformed. If anybody knows, drop it down in the comments for me, please. I know the exhaust is fantastic. Love the exhaust note. I'll start it up in a little while, I'll show you. Up underneath, I upgraded to the FZR rear shock. Gives better performance than the XJ600's shock, which was frankly appalling. It was very squishy. I have my frame sliders, my crash protection from OES. They offer a bunch of different parts for different bikes. Amazingly, they actually had them for this bike. And I say amazingly because not a lot of companies have parts for the XJ600. Phaser, yes. R6, absolutely. R1, absolutely. Your Ninjas, your CBRs, absolutely, but not this one. It's not a very popular bike, so of course they don't have a lot of parts for it. So I make do. Got rid of the stock turn signals. Instead I've got these guys. Flush mount turn signals, both on the front and on the rear of the bike. These turn signals are supposed to be for the R6, but I made them work. Also upgraded to an LED headlight, just a simple plug and play replacement for the bulb. Works fantastically. I did away with the stock reflectors. Went with reflective tape instead. It's hard to tell right now. There's no direct light on them, just the sunlight hitting it. But that is reflective, so they go. Also got red rim tape. This is also reflective. And I've got it on both the front and the back tire. I also did away with the stock mirrors, which were mounted off the perches. Instead, I went with the fairing mounts. These are actually from an R6 again. Had to drill a couple holes to make it work, but they work fantastically. Got great view when I'm riding. Now when I got the bike, it wasn't running and the carbs needed a lot of cleaning. It had been sitting for over 2 years. So I cleaned out the carbs, rebuilt those, upgraded to a different pilot jet, a number 20. These bikes apparently run pretty lean from the factory. So rich it up a little, runs much better. I got a bunch of chips and whatnot on my rear set now, but you know, when changed over My foot pegs, the ones from an R3. I got different chain adjuster plates. They have spools on the back, make it easier to work on the bike. This didn't have them stock, which is kind of weird, but put these on, work fantastically. Put a steering damper on, keeps from getting any bad shake in the front end, and try and avoid those tank slappers because they're horrible. Also got fork cap adjusters to adjust the preload on the front shocks. Again, they don't have parts for this bike, but just simply look it up, and I found 35mm adjuster caps. Screw them in, perfect, absolutely. And I got a set of universal adjustable levers and the perches for both my front brake and my clutch. I got these from a company called Neverland. They're actually a really nice company. These are made of aluminum, real nice pull on them, adjustable, so you can adjust how far away you want them. Personally, I like a soft clutch and a hard brake, so that's what I've got. Got my throttle lock, which is always nice to, of course, you got to have your tank protection and your grippers, make cornering nicer. It had this fairing end. It was part of the inner fairing. It just came straight down at a weird angle, and it just looked like crap. And that was what the license plate was mounted on. So I actually cut it off, made it a bracket, put the license plate right there, done. Also smoked out my taillight, makes it look nicer. A lot of this bike is fairly stock. It's all the original fairings and the tank and the rims, the exhaust, which I said I think might have been a stock part. I'm not entirely sure. I said, if you know, put it down in the comments, please. I'd love to know more about where this exhaust came from. But a custom paint job, a little bit of working on different things, a couple adjustments here and there. Makes a hell of a difference. I gotta tell you, this bike is choice. Because I'm a bit of a nerd and I'm a bit of a sentimental person, this back tag was not on the bike. It's actually the tag that was on the back end of the 82, 83 Yamaha Maxims. It was probably on a bunch of other ones, but I used to have an 82 Maxim, so that's what this is from. Nice little memento. All in all, even though it's not the sportiest bike in the world, it's not going to hold up to an R6 or an R1 or most of the CBRs that are out there. This bike is fantastic. I love it. It's got great cruising ability. It's got a hell of a nice pickup. And because everything is old school, it's easy to work on. Let's start this bike up real fast. Gotta love that exhaust, man. Gotta love the exhaust. Now I'm currently waiting for my new microphone to get in, so we're not going to have any audio on the ride. My last microphone setup just sucked horribly, so I gotta get a new one. But go for a quick little ride. Alright, so ready to go. So to go for a little ride, give you guys a little bit better of a ride-along experience with a better camera now, but until I get the right mic, I'm not going to have any in-helmet audio. So I'll probably record something, throw it over top of it, you know. Bonus points if anyone can tell me what this means. I put it on, I know what it means. See if anybody else knows. Drop it down in the comments if you know. a little cold. Bike's still warming up. Alright, so I think that's going to do it for me for today. Hopefully my microphone gets in soon. Should be at the store soon, so I can go pick it up. But I hope you guys dig the bike. We'll do some more riding videos soon. And possibly a little project I got in mind. I'm going to try every Sunday to get a new video, so check back. You have a nice day. Alright, it's a real good thing I stopped to check my footage before I called it a day. A few things I forgot to mention. One is if you have an XJ series like I do, the XJ600, they could call it the Seca II. That's Seca with a C, S-E-C-A 2, or the Diversion. I don't know what the difference is, to be honest. But again, if you guys know the difference between the Seca II and the Diversion, drop it in the comments, because I've never been sure about that. This bike came with the Seca II tags, not Diversion. A couple things I forgot to mention. One, so I switched over the dash lights to LEDs, red LEDs, just because I like them. Why not? Now, when I got this bike, I knew nothing about this particular model. The only bike I had worked on was my 82 Maxim 400, also a Yamaha. So I wasn't sure what I was looking at on this bike. Looks real nice, even in the dark, right? I didn't know much about this bike when I got into it, just that it was cool and it was fast, but I knew nothing about working on it. I did pick up the Haynes manual for this bike, but a lot of things I had to do on this bike, switching out the pilot jets to number 20, putting the FJ, or put on the FZR 600 shock, are all bits of information that I got from looking it up, actually. I found this great website while I was working on this bike called XJ Rider. I'll put a link on the description. But basically, anything you need to know if you've got one of these bikes, everything you need to know about these bikes is on xjrider.com. It's a forum site. Basically, every time I searched any information about this bike, it led me directly to this website. And the guys that are over there, a lot of help. The site owner, I believe it's Radware. I'll correct myself if not. Knows like everything there is to know about these bikes. And between him and all the other members, man, they'll help you out if you need anything. So if you've got one of these bikes and you're not already a member, join up with them. Seriously, because it's a lifesaver. Shout out to XJ Rider for all the help. All the members on there that have given me help while doing this. You know, saved my life a few times. Alright, maybe not saved my life, but certainly saved me a lot of aggravation. So that's going to do it for now, I believe. I really wish I had the new microphone set up, but it's going to be here soon. I apologize. I will do better videos once I get that, don't worry. Time and time again, It's one thing or it's another. But we're getting there. We're getting there. So, y'all have a nice day. If you're riding, ride safe. If you're driving, drive safe. And yeah, that's rock and roll.